And we had Jorge Prado make another mistake, and from there was no way back. And Tom Vial was able to cruise home. There was another mistake here late on. He bounced over the triple, didn't get the distance. And from there, Tom Vial crossed the line, a double race winner, 17 race wins for the season. His 10th Grand Prix victory, his 2nd world title. Congratulations, Tom Vial and Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. And welcome back to the Bitci MXGP of Turkey here at Afyon Karahisar. With me, Paul Malin, the final round of the World Championship in 2022, the FIA Motocross World Championship, of course. We have just witnessed a stunning finale in MX2. We may have something similar in the MXGP category in a few moments' time, because the bronze medal still up for grabs and 3 riders still in with a shot of taking it. But I don't think we'll get the drama that we had of MX2 just a moment ago, where the start of the weekend, 2 points separating the top 2, then 1 point separating the 2 riders going for the championship in MX2. We have had a finale just a moment ago, and a new world champion, well, just a world champion was crowned, a world champion for 2022, if you like. The MXGP riders out on their sighting lap ahead of their 2nd race of the season. Just taking it all in. I doubt there's been water down on the track. You can see how loose it is in places here, but a moment ago, the 700-meter long racetrack, a little bit hard packed and blue groove as well. But a good start will be needed. It's about 85 meters down into turn 1. But the venue this weekend, Afyon, in the southwest of the country, about 260 miles, 420k southeast of Istanbul, 160 miles, 260k away from Ankara, the capital. In MXGP, of course, Tim Gajser, Jeremy Seewer, they are confirmed as 1st and 2nd in the championship. But Jorge Prado, Glenn Coldenhoff, Maxime Renaux, all going for that bronze medal before the start of the weekend. Let's take a look what happened in race 1, shall we, if you're with us for the first time today. MXGP race 1 over on the right-hand side. And it was Jeremy Seewer who bagged his 5th Fox Holeshot of the season. Romain Febvre alongside him, Maxime Renaux, Glenn Coldenhoff. They were your first 4 or 5 riders. Gajser was 17th coming out of this turn on the opening lap. His teammate, though, Mitch Evans, had got himself quickly into 4th, as Seewer was under attack down the back straight on the opening lap. Maxime Renaux got himself in a 2nd and lost out. Coming out of that turn, Evans went past Febvre and Seewer, and then the next turn, Seewer here, sorry. And then he held on to that lead. There was all kinds of positions of change, especially at the lead. This was on the opening lap. Seewer still leading. Then Evans went by to take over the lead. Renaux got the better of his teammate, moved into 2nd with that pass on Seewer. Romain Febvre thought he'd got through into 3rd as well, but then he got caught napping by Valentin Guillot, the Swiss rider who made that move for 4th place. The end of the straight with the waves in it. Seewer, Maxime Renaux led once again, as Mitch Evans just started to drop back to an eventual 12th place. Romain Febvre then fell from 3rd. He picked himself up in 6th, 7th place. But he had a moment with Prado here. Those two just trying to outfox each other. But then they got outfoxed by Alberto Ferrato, past the pair of them, to come home in 5th place. Final lap, holding on to 3rd. Valentin Guillot spun up as Gajser closed in on him. But it was Maxime Renaux who took the race win in Moto number 1 for the 3rd time this season. Let's go down to Lisa. She's on the grid a few moments ago with Jorge Prado, and before that, Albi Ferrato.
We now officially have our MX2 world champion. Congratulations there to Tom Vial. But in MXGP, the show must go on. We have one more race left. Let's speak to Albi Ferrato just before the final race. Not the best start for you in that first race, but wow, you made a fantastic move. Flandrin, Febvre and Prado all in once towards the end of that race to get up to 6th. Tell us about it. You were looking good.
Yeah, you know, the start was quite bad, but then I had a strong comeback and I ended up in 5th. So it was really good, but yeah, I need the start. I need the start, and I'll try to do the best to get it in the second moto and see what happened.
Tell us, why is the start important on this racetrack?
Yeah, because, you know, the track is so fast and we are so close to each other, so it's difficult to get past, to pass, and so the start is important everywhere, but like especially on this kind of tracks.
Enjoy the final race. Thanks, Albi.
Ciao.
Go.
Let's now speak to Red Bull Gas Jorge Prado. Jorge, we all know that you're in the fight for 3rd in the championship standings. You did enough in that first race. There's only 5 points between you and 4th. But, I mean, you can't relax. You've got to go full gas in this second race.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Saturday was hard for me, so I don't have a very good, gate position, so starts were quite hard. First motor was rough. I was behind my teammate for long, and I just couldn't make the pass, and, got a little bit, a little fight with Febvre, and then another rider passed. So I lost a couple of positions there, and, yeah, let's go. Let's go for the final moto of the season. I feel good. Hopefully I can get a better feeling with the track this time, and I'm ready to go for the fight. Hopefully we can make it home with the 3rd position, and that's our goal.
We are at altitude here in Turkey. Can you feel the difference on track with the altitude and the bike?
I mean, in previous races, like last year, track was a bit different. This year, just the preparation, it's a little bit harder in places, so I'm not really feeling 100%, but I just need to make it happen. I just need to go out, hopefully a good start, and let's fight.
Best of luck. Thanks, Jorge. Okay, good luck to all the guys. It's time for the final race of the year, MXGP Race 2.
Here's how the top 5 look coming into the final race of the season then. And obviously before race 1, Jorge Prado was 4 points clear of Glenn Koldenoff, who had a 13-point advantage over Max Renaux. But coming into race 2, Prado still 3rd, 6 clear of Maxime Renaux, with Koldenoff 5 points further back. So 3 riders still vying for that bronze medal in 2022. And the riders making their way to the line as we speak. And here's how they line up based on their qualifying race on Saturday. Maxime Renaux for the 3rd time on pole position. Mitch Evans goes to the line 2nd ahead of Jeremy Seewer, Ruben Fernandez, Tim Gajser, Glenn Koldenoff, Valentin Guillot and Romain Febvre. With Paul Jonas and Calvin Flandrin rounding out the top 10 in that qualifying race. Albi Ferrato, Brian Bogers, Mattia Guadagnini, Jorge Prado, Alvin Osland and Ivo Monticelli. With Henry Jacobi, Nick Lapucci, Ben Watson and Panagiotis Kouzis. Maxime Renaux, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP. Fantastic ride for him. He started 4th in the opening race, got to the lead on lap 9, and from there he was never headed. His teammate, Jeremy Seewer, came home in 2nd position. Both riders in a chance and a position to wrap up the overall here in the final round. They will both have Tim Gajser to contend with, though. The 5-time world champion, who was 17th at the first split, carved his way to 3rd by the final lap. He will be feeling confident heading into race 2, no doubt. Mitch Evans, fiery off the start, got himself into 2nd position and then into the lead. He led for, what, 6 or 7 laps before hitting the wall, it seemed, eventually fading down to 12th, so he could do with a good final race in 2022. 259, Glenn Koldenoff. I'm not going to say his chances of 3rd overall are over, but he has made it hard for himself with 14th in race 1. And Jorge Prado, the Red Bull Gas rider, had to start to the inside of the box. And he's starting there again. Look, if you look to the left of the box, the doghouse. Couldn't get across in race 1. Couldn't do it in the qualifying race on Saturday when he was the other side of the box. So he'll be hoping for a good jump and a better start. But it's going to be Maxime Renaux over on the right-hand side who will have and take full advantage of that situation. The Fly Racing 15-second border for the final time in 2022. MXGP Race 2. 30 minutes plus 2 laps. All eyes on the Fox Holeshot at the end of the straight. Good jump there from Renaux over on the outside, and he does come across to give himself some space. But Prado, he tried, and he just misses out though, as Maxime Renaux takes over the lead and the Fox Holeshot. And Maxime Renaux, his first black plate in MXGP, but he's already lost out to Romain Febvre. So Febvre quickly into the lead, and Evans quickly into third once again with Prado. Or is that 101? Yeah, it's Prado, 61 in fourth place. Where's Gajser? There he is, just behind the 101 of Mattia Guadagnini. Golden off in blue on the face of the jump. So it's going to be an intriguing fight then for the bronze medal, because heading into this final race, Renaux 6 points behind Jorge Prado. Oh, and he goes down. And that may have just decided it, because he's stuck underneath the motorcycle. And Maxime Renaux with a mountain to climb here in Turkey. Out of second position. Watch this. Just folded the front. Prado right there, he would have seen that. The pressure off Prado all of a sudden. Renaux now in 16th place. Working our way towards the end of this opening lap then. Romain Febvre, who has only previously led one lap so far in 2022, leads on the opening lap, the final race of the season, from Evans, Prado, Gajser, who's got himself into fourth, Guadagnini fifth, Guillot sixth, Siwa 7, Koldenhoff 8, Ferrato 9, Bogas 10, and then we have Valandra and Monticelli, Osland, Watson and Renaux, with Jacobi, Lapucci and Kuzis next. So Romain Febvre eyeing up a podium at the final round, just to set himself up for the new season. That's how the podium looks as it stands right now. But with 27.5 minutes still to run, plus 2 laps, there is an awful long way to go here as Gajser pursues the 61 of Jorge Prado. The track dry, probably not too dissimilar to what it was like in the qualifying race Saturday afternoon, same time of the day. Evans here in second for Team HRC. Got Febvre right there ahead of him in 3. You can't miss him in the fluorescent riding gear. Oh, and a mistake there for Febvre, it seemed. And Evans right the way back on him. As Gajser closes in on Prado. Renaux, meanwhile, up into 12th place. As Evans gets alongside Romain Febvre, will he be able to take the lead? Well, there's a higher line to the left, so it might be Febvre who still hangs on, and that's exactly what he does, the Frenchman on the Kawasaki. Showing him more than a wheel. Can he cut back to the inside here? Yes, he can. But is it effective? No, it's not. Febvre looking a little bit tentative at the head of the field at the moment. Evans looking desperate to find a way past the Frenchman. Feels like he's being held up here. Siwa up to 6. He's moved past Valentin Guillot. Maxime Renaux, 12th. But he's got Bogas and Valandra ahead of him. Ferrato, big names. The further up the leaderboard he climbs, the more difficult it's going to be for Maxime Renaux. But Mitch Evans, in his dogged pursuit of Romain Febvre, setting the fastest lap of the race. A 1:52.3, about 6 tenths quicker. Prado still hanging on to third place, though. Gajser just behind him in 4, but there is still a long way to go here in the final race of the season. Tim Gajser tried to have a sneaky look at the inside of Jorge Prado. The Red Bull Gas rider still maintaining that third place in the race. And a mistake from Gajser. Not a big mistake, but just missed the rut. Had to correct it. Who's that going around the outside in the bottom turn there? Just closing in on Guadagnini, I think. Might have been Siwa, yes it was. So Guada and Siwa fighting over 5th place here. So 24.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Febvre sets the fastest lap of the race this time around. A 1:51.8. He's got himself a 2.6 second advantage over Prado. Evans has gone missing. I was looking at the thing, that's coming out of the final turn just before the finish line. That is not what Mitch Evans needed. That is a big hard hit there. Look at the nature of the ground there. Watch this. Oh, back end just came. Oh, threw him down the track, ragdolled him. Gajser lucky to avoid the bike as well. Just winded more than anything, I think, Mitch Evans. But slow to get to his feet. Not the way he wanted to finish 2022. But he's probably also saying good riddance, to be fair. So Febvre now has, what, around 3.9 seconds over Prado, who's now second. Or 2.5, actually. Yeah, there's Febvre, there's Prado, there's Gajser. 3 seconds separating all 3 of them. Yeah, Gajser just tried to issue a parking ticket there to Jorge Prado. Tried to slow it down. Prado read it well. Just had enough to cut back to the inside and out drag the Honda rider. Maxime Renaux now 11th. Chances of a top step of the podium going on the first lap when he fell from 2nd position. .22.5 minutes plus 2 to go then. Mitch Evans falling just a lap ago out of 2nd position, the other side of the finish line jump. And he's out of the race. So Febvre leads, Prado 2nd, the gap between them 3.2 seconds. Gajser is 3rd, all over the back of the Spaniard. Here's Maxime Renaux though in blue, trying to get the better of Calvin Vallanderen. He does just that and moves into 9th place. 4 positions on this lap because he was 12th, so he's found his way past Bogas, Renaux, and Vallanderen. So who else has gone missing in that group then? Because he's now up in the 10th place. Oh, just 2 positions, that's right. So Maxime Renaux then, 12th to 10th, to 9th. Oh, Siwa! Almost saw the seat of his pants there. Not the first rider to catch that, but the first to have a big moment like that. Watch this, just got himself into 4th and almost out the front door there. Still in 4th place then, Guadagnini, the rider he just passed a moment ago, 5th. Lighting up the back end. Here he is going after Gajser and Prado. Now he's getting some breathing space. Good showing this for Jorge Prado. 7th in race 1, 2nd in race 2 at the moment. Only going to be good enough for 5th overall for the Spaniard. Tim Gajser looking at the top step of the podium now, though, that his teammate fell and promoted him to 3rd place. He'll tie on points with Siwa. Both riders on 40 points. Gajser with 2 third-place finishes at the moment. Siwa with a 2nd and a 4th. Febvre on the podium, 3rd overall. tied though with Renaux, who's all of a sudden back in contention on 38 points. And Maxime Renaux up into 8th place, has about 3 seconds to make up to Alberto Ferrato. Here's Koldenhoff, the 2:59 in 6th place. As it stands right now, he is going to be going home with 5th place in the championship, 3 points behind his teammate. So Valentin Guillot is the rider making the mistake, which is why Maxime Renaux is up into 8th place now. Again, Gajser, a bit more commitment this time around. Prado takes a look across, closes down the door immediately. Gajser tried to have a look coming out of this turn earlier on in the race, but couldn't find a way through, so follows Prado this time around, but gets good drive through the waves. Maxime Renaux was tripling the last 3 there yesterday and today. Again, chooses to not get held up in the inside rut. Last minute thinking there for Gajser. Spins up though, as he loses the rut. And Jeremy Seewer closing in all of a sudden. Remember, the top step of the podium is going to be between Tim Gajser and Jeremy Seewer. Seewer coming into view now. Febvre, the fastest rider on track, fastest lap of the race, 1:51.4. He's now more than 4 seconds clear of Jorge Prado, who's got his hands pretty full at the moment with Tim Gajser and soon Jeremy Seewer. And that's the gap, 2nd, 3rd and 4th on screen. Gajser just trying to pick his moment, trying to suss out the lines that Prado is using. He was so fast through here, though, in race 1. Gajser doubles in and carried so much corner speed through there, drifted to the outside, catches that little hook. Can he cut down early? Yes, he can. Look at the baked hard ground, though. That's the thing with the World Championship. You get a lot of different types of terrain. Hard, slick, blue groove, stones, rocks. They're not all loamy. Tight inside line this time. Still doesn't work for Gajser. Prado making him work for that 2nd position. Again, tries the inside line, different part of the racetrack. Comes into land. Febvre this time around extends his lead, 4.3 seconds now. See, we're not really closing in on these two. Right, Gajser tried to get on the gas, big handful of throttle on the right-hand side there. As he tried to cut back, shorten the corner a little bit. Can't see how deep those ruts are, but they are deep going into that turn. And at the end of this next straight, through the next left. Where is Renaux? Still 8th, chipping away at Albi Ferrato. Knocking on the door for a podium. Needs 2 or 3 riders, actually. Again, tries to sweep in from the outside. Prado goes tight and defensive. He rehearsed this a lap ago. He's getting closer, is Gajser. Now he knows that Gajser was working the outside line. Gajser switches it to the inside. All of a sudden, Prado under pressure once again. And he makes a mistake on the exit. Gajser not able to capitalise, or can he? He leans on him. Yes, he does. He takes 2nd away from the number 61. But does he get the drive? No, he doesn't. And again, same as a rider in MX2, a moment in the last race. That line just pitching him off the side of the track. Oh, closes down the door. brings his front wheel up nicely, just to make sure he gets the maximum drive to hit the takeoff of that double in the background. Goes long through the turn, but starts to tighten up through the corner, though. Can he force a pass here? He'll go inside, and then he'll cut back early, will he? Yes, he does. And this time it does work. Gajser now second. Fed up with hanging around the 61, and behind him, eating a face full of roost the last 8 laps or so. Finally, his patience and his persistence pays off. The gap between him and Febvre. Now 5 seconds, but 14 minutes left to go. Jeremy Seewer now starting to close in on Jorge Prado. Could well be doing his teammate a favour. Maxime Renaux a little further down the order. Renaux in 8th place. Prado on 5.93. Renaux 5.78. So needs some big points, Maxime Renaux, because he was already. Oh yeah, Maxime Renaux was already 6 points behind going into this second race. See, we're getting closer, though, to the Gas rider. Gajser has a 2-point advantage at the moment, at the top of the overall classification for the Grand Prix. It'll be back-to-back wins for Gajser, having won at Charon Maritime at Saint-Jean-d'Angely 2 weekends ago, round 17, the penultimate round. Meanwhile, Maxime Renaux hasn't been able to shake off Calvin Bellandren. These two fighting over 8th place. Ferrato now starting to pull clear, 5 seconds clear, in fact. Just looking at the right handlebar, it might be that it's bent, actually, on Maxime Renaux's bike. When he tipped over, he tipped over in quite a hard part of the racetrack. And Bellandren desperate to find his way past the Frenchman. Just over 12 minutes plus 2 laps remain. MXGP Race 2, the final race of the year in the FIM Motocross World Championship, MXGP. This is the Bitci MXGP of Turkey. We are at Afyon. Romain Febvre now 6 seconds clear at the head of the field. Gajser is up to second. Prado is third. Seewer here, number 91. His second rider in shot is all over the back of the Spaniard, knocking on the door for 3rd place. Tries to cut to the inside. Behind them, Guadagnini, Koldenhoff, Ferrato and Renaux, with Bellandren 9 and Valentin Guillot 10. At the top of the podium standings, Tim Gajser will be standing on the top step of the podium because he has a 3rd and a 2nd, so 20 points and 22 points will give him 42. Jeremy Seewer, though, here on the Monster Energy Yamaha, second rider in shot, number 91, is 2 points adrift on 40 with a 2nd and a 4th, so 22 and 18 points. So it's pretty tight at the top, with Febvre on the podium, 3rd. Maxime Renaux, who started the race 2nd, tipped over, went down to 16th, has got his way back into 8th, but he's now under pressure here from the number 10 on the Geven van Venrooy Yamaha of Calvin Bellandren. Those two fighting over 8th and 9th place. Tim Gajser, though, just setting the fastest lap of the race at 51.3. As he goes after Romain Febvre. Febvre's lead, 5.7 seconds over the Slovenian. Meanwhile, Seewer about a 2nd behind, where you can see the gap, behind Jorge Prado. These two fighting over 3rd in the race. And with the lap times that Seewer is putting in at the moment, 1:51.8, that sort of half a second slower than Gajser whilst in traffic. he would need to find his way past Jorge Prado and Gajser to win the overall Grand Prix. But 10 minutes to go. Not an easy task. Oh, Valanderen is down. That's coming out of turn 7, just before the Liqui Moly jump. Has he high-sided here, or has he caught the rear wheel? Oh, he just got unseated. Handlebars right in the stomach as well. Wow, that's going to hurt in the morning, Calvin. So out of 9th place then, Calvin Valanderen. Maxime Renaux let off the hook. He's got about 7 seconds of breathing space. Behind him, Seawer couldn't get the double. That's cost him time as well. Valanderen now in 13th place, so 9th to 13th for the South African. So Gio, Bogers, Ben Watson 11th, and Henry Jacobi all get promoted a position. Seawer, watch this here. Is this the reason why he couldn't get over the... Oh yeah, just here. Couldn't get over the double. Cost him a bit of time. Got it all to do again. Gajser, Seawer, Febvre, that's your podium as it stands at the moment with 8.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Final MXGP race of the 2022 season. Hard, packed track, drying out. So the bumps, all really hard, pack and slick and blue groove. As you saw there from the takeoff, the gap still hovering around 5 seconds between Febvre and Gajser. Febvre, 16th in the championship before the weekend. Doesn't matter to him, he'll only gain a couple of positions, but yet to get a race win or a second place finish. Has been third 4 times since his return back from injury, which was Germany 7-8 rounds ago. Just showing the kind of form that had him battling for the MXGP title at the end of last year in the final round with Jeffrey Hurlings. Second hand Valanderen down there in pit lane. So Maxime Renaux has Alberto Ferrato just ahead of him. The SM Action Racing USA Battery Gas rider, the Italian 303, having a good Grand Prix this weekend actually. 5th in race 1, 7th in race 2. Going to be 7th overall for Ferrato. Did get 6th overall in Latvia though. Renaux, what's his lap time last time around? 1:55.9. Ferrato, 2:01. So obviously he made a bit of a mistake somewhere for Renaux to close to within 2 seconds of the Italian. So it's down to Ferrato now just to regroup and stay ahead. Febvre up on the pegs as long as possible. His gap being cut to 4.5 seconds at the moment as we near the end of lap 13. Loses, what? A couple of tenths in sector 2, 10th in sector 3. But normally these hard, slick conditions, perfect for Romain Febvre as he hits the line for the 13th time. .6 now, the gap between him and Gajser. Gajser 2 tenths quicker on that lap. Jorge Prado about 6 seconds further back in 3rd. Seawer 4th, about 2 seconds drift, so a little bit static at the moment. we are nearing the final stages of MXGP Race 2, the final race of the year of this 18-round series. So the 36th gate drop of the season is just 5 minutes plus 2 laps away from drawing to a close. Some riders, like Romain Febvre, keen to finish with the race win, keen to finish on the podium for the first time, just to go into the off-season with a big bill of confidence, if you like. Tim Gajser, already crowned world champion, is going to win the Grand Prix, doesn't need to take that risk. Obvious that he might just back it off a little bit. Jorge Prado is going to be third overall in the championship, as long as he maintains the gap between him and Siwa and doesn't let Renaux, who's down in 8th place, find a way by. But that's also looking unlikely. Then again, another rider just happy to see this one out. Romain Febvre just wants another good race finish and wants to beat the factory Yamaha. Closing in on him, Maxime Renaux. So Maxime Renaux made that fantastic start. Second position, tipped the front. And then just had a lot of work to do. Possibly some damage to the right side of the handlebar, maybe bent ever so slightly because the ground absolutely like concrete where he fell, and also in a bank turn as well, so it wasn't just a little slip over, it was a tip over that had a bit of impact. Jacoby up to 11th. Watson now down in 12th place for the Kawasaki Racing Team rider. But just watching the time tick down. Maxime Renaux, how much is he pushing to close in on Romain Febvre? Or like so many of the riders, are they just now thinking about the Motocross of Nations? Just over 2.5 minutes remain then, plus 2 laps in this final race of the year, MXGP Race 2, the Bitci MXGP of Turkey here at Afyon. Romain Febvre maintaining a 4.5 second advantage over Tim Gajser. Febvre looking at the third step of the podium as it stands right now. He's tied on points with Maxime Renaux here. Renaux circulating in 8th place. If he finds his way past the Italian, it'll be this Frenchman, not the race leader, who will be on the third step come the checkered flag. Lap times around 1:51, 1:52, depending on the rider. So from that side, we've got 2 minutes, just shy of 6 minutes left to run, depending on when the leader hits the finish line. Will it be either side of the 2-lap board, or will it be pretty much bang on? Race 1 was a 19-lap race. We are 15 laps into this one at the moment, and now on lap 16. Ivo Monticelli, the JM Honda rider, down in 15th place. Another rider who's just had one of those seasons off the bike more than he was on it. Various different injuries and setbacks. But he'll just be looking forward to getting back on the plane and regrouping, thinking about 2023. Meanwhile, the gap has come down between Alberto Ferrato in 7th on the SM Action Racing Team, USA Battery Gas, and Maxime Renaux, Monster Energy Yamaha in blue. This would be for the third step of the podium. If the Frenchman can find his way, but with mistakes like that, it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Tim Gajser now just a shade under 4 seconds, and we are going to get 3 laps to go, because I don't believe it's going to take 30-odd seconds to get from here to the finish line. And Romain Febvre just there in green ahead of the 2:43. As you got this next right, the double, and then the left through the first, the finish turn. So there's probably going to be about 10, 12 seconds on the clock when they hit the line. 12 seconds. So 3 laps to go. Gajser is second, Prado third. Siwa, has he found his way past Prado, yes or no? Just having a look as they hit the splits in a moment. No. Yes, Siwa is now up into third place. So it's going to be all square at the top, but it's Gajser who will get the nod by virtue of the better finish in the second race. Here is Jeremy Siwa now up in the third place. Where did he make that pass happen? Well, he's already put 1.5 seconds between himself and Prado. Oh, right corner. He just went around the outside, then inside. And then controlled the inside again in the next left. And that was Siwa up into third place. Took him a while to make it happen, but make it happen he has. And Prado now just content to sit there in fourth place. Because he knows the bronze medal is his. 11 points. The gap between Prado and Renaux in that bronze medal fight. Bit of a bobble there for Siwa. Gajser, meanwhile, still not done yet. Is there going to be a last push in the last 2 laps? He gets over the crest there, sees Febvre ahead of him. 2.7 seconds the gap was. All of a sudden, Gajser may just strike here and catch Febvre unawares. And if he does, that knocks him off the podium and puts Renaux on it anyway. 2.5 seconds now, the gap with 2 to go. Keep our eye on the splits, but also Febvre, he's been in control for the entire race. Hasn't had to worry about too much behind him. Has won races before, of course he has. Won Grand Prix, he's a former world champion. But not been in this position this year. How will that affect the psyche of the number 3? Gajser just throwing up a little bit of chalk dust. Watch this. Comes into land, just slightly offline there. Then almost had a moment in the next left as well. Yeah, what pegs. 2.7 though, the gap at the third intermediate split. Second intermediate split. Third one at the end of the wave section. 25.4, 25.3, his fastest of the race for Gajser. Takes a 10th out of Febvre. 31.0, 31.4, so lost 3.5 tenths. And then 26.5, 26.9, loses another 3 or 4. So is that now Gajser just saying, right, that's it, I had a go, made a mistake. You can take the race win, Mr. Febvre. Into the final lap. Romain Febvre now 3 seconds clear for Kawasaki Racing Team and for Antti Pyränen and the team owner, Kimi Räikkönen. This will be a nice welcome shot in the arm just to come away with a race win and a podium at the final round. And they will focus their efforts firmly on the 2023 season. He got to the front early. He's maintained the pace, he's controlled the pace and the race. Hasn't been flustered. And he's managed to put some distance between him and Gajser as they head into this final lap. There is Gajser. Too much work for the Slovenian to do to try and topple the number 3, who has just been immaculate. Nice long look over the shoulder from Febvre. Wants to know exactly what he's dealing with. Another quick look there as well. And for Romain Febvre, whose last race win was Mantova 1, race 1 last year, is on course for taking his 37th career race win and doing it here in Turkey at Afyon. But it'll be Tim Gajser who gets to stand on the top step of the podium in what will be his 173rd start in either MX2 or MXGP in terms of Grand Prix. Another look over the shoulder, but Romain Febvre will round out the final turn. He wins race 2, the final race of the year. He takes his 37th victory and celebrates with a heel clicker. But Tim Gajser, second in the race, will stand on the top step of the podium with a 3rd and a 2nd. And that is Tim Gajser's 100th career podium. Jeremy Seewer over the line 3rd. That'll be good enough for 2nd overall. Easy on the landing there, Gajser. But Romain Febvre will be on the podium. 3rd overall. Maxime Renaux could not find his way past Verrato, or he hasn't yet, and the gap now 9 seconds. So that doesn't look likely either. So your podium this weekend will be Tim Gajser, Jeremy Seewer and Romain Febvre. Jorge Prado will cross the line in 4th place, and with it he will secure the bronze medal, his first medal in the MXGP Premier class. Disappointment for Maxime Renaux. He knew he had a shot at going for 3rd place. He started this last race 6 points down, but with that mistake on the opening lap, he had to fight his way back to 8th. Prado was always ahead of him at that point, and from there it was always going to be an uphill task to even think about that 3rd place in the championship. Here's Lisa with Tim Gajser, his 100th career podium.
Tim Gajser, congratulations. How nice is it to finish the season with a round ring?
I'm super happy. I mean, couldn't wish for a better season. Today I was struggling with the start, you know. I didn't have good starts and I have to came through the pack, both motos. Second one was difficult because Jorge was just all over the place. But when I managed to make a pass on him, I started close to Roman, but it was a bit too late. But anyway, winning overall again here in Turkey is super nice, so I'm super happy.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim Gajser then celebrates victory here in Turkey. His 10th Grand Prix victory of the season. He does it with a 3rd and a 2nd as he stands on the top step of the podium here in Turkey. Give you the official confirmation then, MXGP Race 2, and it was a win for Romain Febvre. 2nd in the race, Tim Gajser. 3rd, Jeremy Seewer. 4th, Jorge Prado. 5th, Mattia Guadagnini. Koldenhoff was 6th, Alberto Ferrato 7, Maxime Renaux 8, with Valentin Guillot and Brian Bogers rounding out the top 10. Henry Jacobi was 11th, ahead of Ben Watson, Nick Lapucci, Alvin Osland and Ivo Monticelli, with Panagiotis Kouzis down there in 16th place, picking up a massive 5 points. Tim Gajser on the top step of the podium for the 10th time this season. What a season he's had as well. Jeremy Seewer rounding out 2nd overall. Romain Febvre on the podium for the first time in 2022. Maxime Renaux just missing out with Guadagnini, Prado, Ferrato and Guillot. Febvre's first podium since the final round last year, Mantova 2, where he was 3rd overall. Tim Gajser then, world champion for 2022. Jeremy Seewer 2nd. And what was a 3-rider fight for that bronze medal. Jorge Prado arrived here 3rd in the championship, leaves here 3rd in the championship with a bronze medal wrapped around his neck. Maxime Renaux and Glenn Koldenhoff round out the top 5. Villandren finishes the year in 7th. And Yamaha win the Manufacturers' Championship. That's a clean sweep for MX2, MXGP and WMX for Yamaha this year. Honda there, second overall, with Gajser, Husqvarna, Kawasaki, KTM and Beta. We will head down to the podium shortly, but of course we will have all kinds of things like Fox Holeshot and things like that to look forward to. So the final race is done and dusted. Let's take a look at what happened at the start of the race, shall we? Here's what happened with the final Fox Holeshot. We do have it in there somewhere. I think these guys are looking for it. But it looked like it may have been Prado. It could have been Siwa. It could have been anybody, but it was very, very close. But it may have been Maxime Renaux. Let's have a look. Maxime Renaux with his first black plate. A belated happy birthday present for his mum. That's going back to Spain. That was all she wanted for her birthday. She got a Grand Prix win instead. So Jorge Prado then confirmed as the best starter. €10,000 check for the Red Bull Gas rider, who celebrates with 16 Fox Holeshots in the 2022 campaign. Getting ready for the podium here then, the final round, the Bitci MXGP of Turkey at Afyon. Round 18, done and dusted in the books. And we wait for our podium visitors. There will be two parts to the podium, overall on the day and, of course, overall in the championship. But let's start with the overall classification in MXGP here this weekend. The final round of the championship. Romain Febvre, a big yes from him as he celebrates third overall with a race win in the final race of the year. His 37th race win and his 54th podium, actually. Jeremy Siwa, second overall. Another solid performance from him, 49 podiums for him, 20 as a second place finisher. Monster Energy Yamaha rider, second overall in the championship as well. We'll be seeing him on the second podium ceremony. But Tim Gajser on the top step with a third and a second. He and Siwa tied on points. And for Tim Gajser, 100 career podiums in a year where he was a five-time world champion. His 43rd career victory. He was already crowned world champion in Finland, so he's been used to picking up the gold plate. But the TMF president handing the third place trophy, the first piece of silverware of the year, to Kawasaki Racing Team's Romain Febvre. Possibly the biggest smile on the podium this weekend. The Deputy Mayor of Afyon gives Jeremy Siwa his second place trophy. The Monster Energy Yamaha rider has a good, solid, consistent season this year. 9 podiums for the Swiss Yamaha star. Mr. Jorge Villegas, the FIM president, hands the winner's trophy to Tim Gajser. 10 wins in the season for him. His best season to date. Tim Gajser, Team HRC and Honda on the top step here at the final round in Afyon. Marcos Pereira de Freitas will take the winning trophy for the team, Team HRC. Afyon Governor on hand to deliver the trophy to Marcos Pereira de Freitas. As Massimo Castelli, Roger Shenton look on, and the rest of the team, of course. Got used to being doing this, though, hasn't he, Tim Gajser? He's had the gold plate since Finland. Mr. Antonio Alia Portela hands another gold plate to Tim Gajser, but your podium here this weekend, Gajser, Siwa and Febvre. National anthem time for Tim Gajser and his Slovenian fans.
Slovenia national anthem for the winning rider, Tim Gajser. For the Maxime Renaux Japan national anthem.
Tim Gajser, Team HRC on the podium for the 10th time this season. And Gajser celebrating his 100th career podium here at the final round in 2022. And Tim Gajser, 5 titles in a year where he has won 14 race wins, 10 Grand Prix victories. It was never in doubt right from the very first round. In fact, 6 wins from the first 7 rounds. Tim Gajser set his stall out early. He ends the year as a 5-time champ. Gajser crosses the line as a 5-time world champion. He wins title number 5 here in Finland. And Team HRC on top of the world again. So next up then, the podium for the top 3 in the championship. 3rd overall, Jorge Prado, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing. Jeremy Siwa, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP will be 2nd. Tim Gajser, Team HRC, already had that one nailed 3 rounds ago. Jorge Prado, 3rd overall for Red Bull Gas Factory Racing. 10 podiums for the season for the Spaniard, including a round win, a Grand Prix win, round 4 in Portugal. Jeremy Siwa, 2nd overall, Monster Energy Yamaha. Good job, he says, to Jorge Prado. But this is how the top 3 finish 2022. They will be presented with their medals. Mr. Antonio Alia Portela on hand to deliver swiftly. The bronze medal to Jorge Prado, his first medal in the MXGP category for the 2-time MX2 world champion. Jeremy Siwa, 2nd overall, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP. But Tim Gajser, world champion 2022. He's got his gold plate. Mr. Jorge Villegas, the FIM president, handing Tim Gajser his 5th gold medal. Congratulations, Tim Gajser and Team HRC on what has been an absolutely outstanding season. Mr. David Luongo, the In-Front Motor Racing CEO, on hand to deliver the championship trophy to Tim Gajser. Carbon fibre struts, not the lightest trophy, but Gajser hoists it above his head. And he's all smiles up there on the top step of the podium. So photo opportunity then. Mr. Viegas, Mr. Portela, Mr. Luongo with our top three from the championship this year. Tim Gajser, Jeremy Seewer and Jorge Prado. Here's what happened in race 2, though. The gate drops. Maxime Renaux with his first Fox Holeshot of MXGP. Romain Febvre just there behind him. Prado was in fourth as he got shuffled back by Mitch Evans. And then, halfway around the lap, Renaux fell, couldn't get from underneath his bike. He re-emerged in 16th position. Meanwhile, Evans then out of second position, top of your screen. He picked himself up, was a little bit winded, but would not rejoin the race. Not the way the Australian wanted to end his season. Jeremy Seewer was on the charge, got the better of Mattia Guadagnini to move up into fourth place. Gajser then got the better of Prado to move into second. And then as he was challenging Maxime Renaux, Calvin Bellandren went down hard on the Geben van Venrooy Yamaha. Seewer made this pass around the outside, inside, outside. Took him 2 or 3 corners to make it happen. But Seewer eventually got himself into third. Prado then in fourth. That's where he would finish. Final turn, Romain Febvre across the line, 2 seconds clear of Tim Gajser for his first win of the year. And his first visit to the podium. Gajser across the line second to win the overall Grand Prix. Seewer was third. And that's it. Tim Gajser's machine there. That's how it finishes the FIM Motocross World Championship in 2022. Tim Gajser, Jeremy Seewer and Jorge Prado. So as they prepare the bike and get it where it needs to be, we are pretty much out of time here at the Bitci MXGP of Turkey in Afyon. 18 rounds in the books, 36 races complete. Tim Gajser finishes the season on the top step of the podium, just as he started it at Matchley Basin at the end of February. Well, the sun may be setting here in Afyon, but of course we still have plenty to look forward to. And by that, I mean the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations at the end of September at Redbud. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there. Bye for now.
Tim Gajser, a 5-time world champion, 14 race wins, 10 GP victories. You ended the season hearing your national anthem there. It's been a good year.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't wish for a better ending. Yeah, today was good, was hot. I had solid motos, finishing third and second. But yeah, anyway, I wanna wish to everyone a good off season and everything. You know, I'm super happy that we finished the season, and I wanna say huge thank you to all my team. We worked so hard, and yeah, everything is paying off. You know, and hopefully we're gonna be ready next season to fight again for the title.
Great job, thanks, Tim. Second overall in the championship, we have Jeremy Seewer. Jeremy, 9 podiums, 3 overall victories for you. You have the silver medal. Sum up your year for us.
Well, you know, it's nice to finish on the box, especially on a place where I've been struggling the last 3-4 years. Having the pace all weekend, even for the win, you know. Second start didn't help me. I was quite in the pack, around 15, and I came back pretty good, so I'm happy for that. And yeah, since Sergio, I've done a great season. We know what happened before, you know. But anyways, thankful for that, and yeah, happy to finish it off like that. Now looking forward for the nations, and yeah, big thanks, you know, to everybody behind. I mean, we've been working hard to get here, you know. It's a lot of work done during the winter, you know, in the weeks off and stuff. But thanks to my family, my trainer also, you know, my whole team, my mechanic, just to everybody, a big thanks. And now, yeah, like I said, I'm motivated for the nations, and then after that, happy to have some rest.
Thank you. Third overall in the championship, we have Jorge Prado. Jorge, it was so close for this third spot. You did enough to secure it. 10 podiums this year. You got an overall victory as well. Tell us about your season.
Well, it was a tough season. I would have loved to do a bit better through this season, but it's the best I could do. also dealing with an injury and again the COVID later on. It was a tough day, tough weekend. We came out with the third overall, which was very important coming into the last race, and it was tough. The whole Red Bull Gas Factory Racing team worked very hard, and everybody in the factory, so thank them, and hopefully next season we can be fighting for the title and way more competitive. So yeah, it was a season with up and downs. We had many podiums, not many wins, but I did my best, so hopefully next year I can come back and be stronger.
Thanks, Jorge. Thank you.
Your top three in the championship then: Jorge Prado, third overall; Jeremy Seewer, second overall; Tim Gajser, your overall winner, all with ambitions to be back for 2023. It's been one of those seasons. Tim Gajser rounding out as a five-time world champion. Jorge Prado picking up his first ever medal in the Premier class. Jeremy Seewer, second once again. And Tim Gajser, what a season he's had. 10 Grand Prix victories, 14 race wins, 5 titles now for the Slovenian, joining the legends such as Roger de Costa, Eric Boers, George Jobé, Joel Smets, and Jeffrey Hurlings, of course, the 5-time champ last year. Tim Gajser, your 2022 FIM Motocross World Champion. And we are out of time this time around. We will be back, though, in a couple of weekends. Join us at the end of September at the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations from Redbud in the United States of America. From me, Paul Malin, and the rest of the team here, thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.